Okay, so having completed the 13.5 mile Spalding Leisure Wheel walk, today I'm going to attempt the shorter version, and this is about 4.5 miles, so quite a leisurely stroll. Nice and early in the morning. It's perfect temperature, a little bit windy, but I've got with me the council instructions from the Lincolnshire County Council. So we're going to head off first of all to the starting point, which is the taxi jetty for the water taxi near Springfields. And today I've got a bit of company with me, a bit of moral support. So here we go, let's get started. Okay, so after about 5 minutes, the first thing you come across is Spalding Bridge and the beautiful church there of St Paul's. And according to the instructions, we're going to cross over the road and continue along the banks of the Coronation Channel. And this church actually designed by Sir George Gilbert Scott, his last piece of work, but he didn't actually live long enough to see it built, unfortunately. And this was built with a donation from one of the Johnson sisters. And at the back there you can see the original schoolhouse that has a corridor between the church and the schoolhouse. A beautiful building. So you'll see the occasional sign showing the Leisure Wheel route. Although the planning for the signs isn't particularly brilliant, so you do need the directions with you. And the herons are out in force today. They look like dinosaurs. So at just under a mile, it's about 0.9 of a mile, we come across another bridge, and here we go straight over, so cross over the road. Morning. So at about 0.9 of a mile we come across another bridge, and this is the point where we go straight over. And continue along the bank of the Coronation Channel. So at 1.25 miles we come across the old railway bridge, obviously no longer in use. So this railway bridge crosses the Coronation Channel. So slightly after the railway bridge is another bridge, and at this point again we cross over the track and stay along the bank of the river. And there we go, and you'll find that somebody's fly tipped again. Okay, so it's not long before we come across another bridge. And again, this is one of the old railway bridges, no longer in use. And if you want to visit the Arnold's Nature Reserve, then this is where you would turn left, and it's just 100 yards down the road. But for the Leisure Wheel walk, we're going to cross over and stay on the banks of the Coronation Channel. So at 1.9 miles and we reach the Clay Lake industrial area, and the little bridge over here from the Stonegate area down to Clay Lake. So just about the halfway mark is ahead, and that's the sluice where the Coronation Channel meets the River Welland. And then I think from there on we've got a little bit of walking on the road, and we're going to follow the route of the Welland. So that's at about the halfway mark, and we'll stop and have a 5-minute break at that point. So far, really pleasurable walk. So according to the directions given by Lincolnshire County Council for the Leisure Wheel short route, at this point we turn left about 160 metres, we turn right, so that will be Little London Bridge, and then their directions don't really make any sense, so you'll have to ignore that bit. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over Little London Bridge, and then we're going to turn right. So technically we're walking alongside the opposite bank now of the River Welland, which will take us through the town centre. So yeah, a bit confusing there. They've got the directions wrong, I think. And you'll see there's a sign there for the Leisure Wheel. And the Spalding water taxis. So coming up is the bridge at Little London, and BP garage just across there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cross the bridge here and then turn right. So disregarding the County Council's instructions, we're going to turn right, and we're going to come back along the other side of the River Welland, heading towards the town centre. So we're now heading towards the town centre with the River Welland on our right. And this is actually London Road. It's such a shame that some people have no respect for our riverbanks and our community. There's one of Spalding's finest. And there's the reason why he's a bit protective, because there's Mrs. Swan, and she's sat on her eggs now. He's busy sat in the road having a wash. So we're still walking along the River Welland, and there's one of Spalding's water taxis, run from the town centre to Springfield Shopping Centre and back. So there we go, there's our stone bridge. And this is called High Bridge, dated from 1838, and just over there on Churchgate is the old White Horse Inn, currently empty again. It's had some turbulent times. So we're going to cross the road now and stay alongside the River Welland. So we're just passing the Lincolnshire Poacher, and this is Herring Lane, and the famous point about Herring Lane is that that used to be where the fishing boats used to dock many years ago and unload their herring. So that's where Herring Lane gets its name from. So we're going to carry on. This is Double Street, and we're going to take the little footpath alongside the river, and I think this goes for about 1.5 miles, until we get to the Twin Bridges. Yeah, I'm just passing Beachfield Medical Centre, and quite a few years ago, just on the corner there, Holland Road, is where the old tax office used to stand. So just coming up on the left, this building here used to be the old fire station. It's now a restaurant. It's been through several restaurants. But yeah, the old fire station, complete with its tower. So we've got about half a mile to go. But yeah, really nice, pleasant walk. It's not really hard work. Very enjoyable. And I must say, I much prefer the parts along the riverbank, you know, where there's no road. But it's all right. Yes, nice leisurely walk. So now coming up to the Twin Bridges, and we're going to turn right, and then unfortunately we lose the river then, and we're going to follow the road round back to our starting point. Just on my right there is Commercial Road, and the Twin Bridges straight ahead. So at this point, if you started off at Springfield, you can go straight on past Queen's Road and past the church and back onto the riverbank. Alternatively, if you parked near the sluice, as I did, then you can walk down this road and it'll bring you to exactly where you started. So I can see the end of our walk today, and looking at the recorder, it's 4.96 miles, and it's took us 1 hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, quite pleased with that. Not too strenuous and not too energetic. And certainly not as pleasant as the longer route that takes you out of town, but yeah. So we survived.
Yeah.
So we can just about see the end of the route now. And yeah, very, very pleasant walk.